Thank you very much. This is not my heartbeat, but it's the digital one. It's awesome to be here. Thank you very much. This is actually the most beautiful place I've ever been on stage. It's not the first time in an opera. I think 25 years ago, I've been on stage doing a high school musical, being a jester. Anyone knowing a jester? Doing some juggling. But I won't promise I will not sing or dance to you. I might do some juggling today. Because I've been invited as professional within the marketing industry, background in marketing, e-commerce, big fan of new tech, AI. But I'm mainly here as a father, as a human being, as a father, because I'm worried. I'm actually really worried about the world we're in today. We've seen the climate change. It's terrible. This morning I was walking around in my t-shirt, having a nice walk through Bucharest. Beautiful place, by the way. But it's too warm. But it's not only that, it's a war. And we're in the middle of a transition, digital transition. We're far ahead already in creating this new world. This new world called metaverse. Metaverse is something new, it's a buzzword. And the question is it a hype or is it future reality? If you expect me to give the answer today, I won't. The only thing I can do is tell you my vision on where we're going, what we're building together. But first, before answering this, let's look into what is the metaverse, actually. Is it there? What is it about? Let's have a short look at the video.
The metaverse is difficult to define. It's usually described as online spaces where people socialize, work, and play as avatars, digital representations of their identities. Unlike a Zoom chat, the spaces don't disappear when you're done. They're there for someone else to use. Though it's often name-checked in the tech world, the metaverse is still a fuzzy idea for people outside the industry.
The metaverse is a story we are telling about what the future of technical infrastructures might look like when you combine virtual reality, augmented reality, high-speed internet connections, and some kind of notion of a virtual space you might occupy with other people. So an easy answer to the metaverse is, well, it's the next version of the future of computing. The more complicated answer is, of course, it's a story about how we imagine the world.
So, what is it? What's the metaverse? It's nothing yet. It's not there. People say, we need to go to the metaverse. It's not there yet. It's different VR worlds. It's something we create. It's immersive experiences we want to create as advertisers, as gamers. Let me walk you through. It's huge. The industry is huge. So it doesn't matter if it's a hype or future reality. The fact is that a lot of money is being pushed into the development. So market size in 2 years from now, not even, 800 billion. And the question is it into the metaverse or metaverses? Because we're building a lot of different VR spaces called a metaverse. A lot of users already, 400 million, active, every single month. Where are they? Are they really using the metaverse? And 34 million VR goggles are being sold over the next 2 years. It's insane. So we're building this future parallel world where we all need to step into and play around and be someone, be there and do our thing. And Meta. We all know Meta, former Facebook. They pushed in $10 billion into the development. But actually what they did, used their marketing budget, claimed the metaverse as their area, while not being the first. It was already there. So they are grabbing it, and with their terrible image, sorry to say, they're trying to grab onto something new and maybe destroy it as well. So let's talk about Meta. they didn't start. They claimed it, they didn't start. Where did it come from? Where does the metaverse come from? Actually, it's the gaming industry. Metaverse is the gaming industry. That's where people started. So let's look at examples. Roblox, biggest one. Fortnite, it's another huge one. And what they did during the pandemic, it's a huge industry, and a lot of users went there to play their games. They were there. And entertainment had to sit down and think, what should we do? So they thought, okay, let's step into this new world. Maybe we as singers, not me, but let us singers step into this world and do our concert. So Marshmello did its concert in front of 10.7 million within Fortnite, which is huge, borderless, limitless world. In the meantime, people like Travis Scott, never heard of it myself, but I'm afraid my kids did. Ariana Grande, she even did her own tour. So, the next step, the next stage, what happened? So we have the gaming industry, we have the entertainment entering this gaming industry, this new world. The big tech thought, okay, we need to use this. We need to claim it. That's what Meta did. And in the meantime, a lot of cool new use cases are being built, especially in the B2B sector. Can you imagine sitting in a room with your colleagues from the other side of the world, really talking live without flying over to the other side of the world? This is cool, right? Or gaming, or whatever that you can do from home, anywhere in the world. Next step, education. Now we're sitting here in this beautiful room. Next time, we might all sit at home wearing our goggles, looking at this stage. Having the same experience, almost the same, as being here, but not being here. And shopping. Shopping is maybe the most interesting one for future perspective. Because you can even try it on. You can wear it. You can create it. You can give it your own color and order it. But this is a challenge that many companies still are facing. How to get this from this 3D VR world into the real life. We all know Walmart. Example from a few years ago already. They created their own grocery store. So you can walk around with your VR goggles and you can pick your groceries, get it ordered at home. Creating a metaverse, unlike Meta wants to do, because they want to isolate it, is creating all these different VR worlds and connecting them together, creating this real parallel world. An example I want to show you, and it doesn't work. Internet connection, I guess. Doesn't matter. This world, we connect the shopping with the entertainment in one room. So you can be there, you can do everything at the same time. It's a pity, it's a really, really nice video. Hope you can see it later. So then, let's go to the NFT side. A lot of brands getting into the NFTs. But NFTs, what is it? Actually, it's just a picture or a 3D picture you want to sell. And mainly, the big brands like Gucci are getting into the space because the people using this at the moment are not us. It's the rich people that want to buy their Gucci bag, but then in a digital form and own it, because just for the sake of owning it. But it doesn't have real value yet. But it's a commercial opportunity for brands, so they dive in, they sell it, and move on. But the question is, are we really going to wear these goggles? Are we really going to walk around in our own homes, tripping, falling over? I don't see that happening, to be honest. But what I do know, it will and is changing marketing communication drastically. We need to change the way we look at doing advertising. A lot of people talk about Generation Z. Forget about Generation Z. It's about Generation Alpha. My kids, the youngsters, 4 and 6 year old, they are the users of the future metaverse. 51% of the metaverse user base at the moment is 13 years and younger. So what the heck are we building for these future generations? Trying to control their brains as a brand? As said, I'm worried about this. Looking at this space, Roblox is the biggest. And that's why this young generation, we need to treat them as players, not as consumers. We need to treat them as players. They want to be involved, they want to control. So, everyone here in the room, we should step our game. Really do something different. Think outside of the box. How can we combine this new technology into real use cases? In short, what should we change? Experience, of course. It's all about immersive experiences. It's about participation. Users want to participate, be in there and be able to control what they are doing with. It's a gamification factor. They want to earn by what they're doing, be rewarded by everything they do. And last, I said it already, it's controlling. It's their world. It's not our world. It's the user's world. They want to control what they're doing, what they're owning, and what they decide on. But I'm coming back to this point. I am worried. And with me, this is research from TDO, 77% of the people is worried. It could cause serious harm. Think about obesity. It's already there within the gaming. Mental health issues. What about harassment? Within the first 2 weeks, Meta went live with their first beta version. There was already harassment claimed and reported by Meta. Within 2 weeks, in a beta version. Can you imagine what might happen with bullying within this reality we try to create for our future generations? So we need to think, okay, what are we doing? So back to metaverse in general. What kind of limitless world we're creating? And how can we make sure everything we create today will be future-proof? I would like to distinguish 3 elements of the metaverse we should try to get hold on. First one, reality. Do we want to focus on creating these puppets where our kids will be entering and will be interacting with puppets in their goggles, sitting there, interacting? Or do we want to, if we are able to create a parallel world, should it be realistic? One solution we see is synthetic media. Synthetic media can create this reality in digital form. Let's have a quick look on what is synthetic media?
So synthetic media, I guess, is sort of an umbrella term that sort of has emerged over the last 4 or 5 years, which really just kind of describes this new era of content generation, which is powered by AI. What is happening now is that we can use AI to actually create content. Deep learning technologies can look at the real world. So it analyzes real data, like real music, film, text, images, for example, and it can then learn to replicate things that look really, really real. Voice cloning, for example, is very easy to understand. Now what we can do is we can take half an hour of you, Peter, talking into a microphone, for example, and we can train an AI system to replicate your voice at a pretty high fidelity. And that means that you can sit down at your computer and you can just type out a podcast.
Isn't this amazing? So we can clone ourselves fully digital. So I can become a digital clone of myself and control it to do whatever I want myself to do in the digital space. With my own face, with my own voice. I'll show you some examples. A pre-generated version, an AI. We film your face, train it with AI, and we only need 2 minutes to record. Train it with AI models, and the output is a digital model for which you only need textual input.
Hoi Bart, ik heb een aantal video's speciaal voor jou geselecteerd om je meer te vertellen over sales enablement. Tijdens de video begeleid ik je door diverse stappen. Wanneer je vragen hebt, Start dan gewoon de chat en ik beantwoord jouw vragen persoonlijk.
So can you imagine? I can speak any language. I can even dance for you and sing for you on stage. I can. I won't, but I can. But can you imagine what we can do as advertisers? Not recording and recording and recording over and over again. We can train our actors, we can reuse them, and the only thing we need is textual input. Another example is a real-time AI. It's a skin you put over, a filter you put over a camera, and you can have a real-time example where you clone your mimics, etc. For example, for good uses in anti-discrimination tools. So everyone looks the same in recruitment, for example. Voice, we can clone voice and train the voice into another language, original language.
A Universidade Federal da Paraíba está desenvolvendo cartões inteligentes.
You hear Portuguese. Originally, it's Romanian. So what we did, record the Romanian voice, trained it with Portuguese AI, and the output is your own voice speaking Portuguese. So I can clone my face, my body, I can clone my voice, and be really creating my digital DNA. And this is what the community created. Singing in another language. So again, digital DNA. We can create, with AI, we can create digital DNA of everyone in the room. If you want it, of course. We won't do it without. So I can step into this world as my own digital DNA. So it can become reality. But then we have the second issue. What if someone else uses my digital DNA? So let's talk about safety. Safety is one of the most important factors in creating a future-proof metaverse. Because can you imagine, if I create my digital DNA, what the world can create with your digital DNA? We can do anything. Let's look at AI. What's so artificial? It's all about the framework we build it on. We think blockchain will be the framework that could solve this issue, this challenge in terms of digitization, digital DNA, digital identity creation. Why? Normally, it's really expensive. It's a long process to develop. It's hard to finance. There's zero ethical control if you keep it centralized. So that's why we say, bring it to blockchain. Then you can create anything, but not only create anything, you can also control it as a user. If I put on my data onto the blockchain, my digital DNA, I will always own and control and monitor what's being used. I always need to approve what's being used. So if you combine, and it's like creating a good meat, right? It's having some meat, it has a grill, bring it together. Of course, it's not all, but creating good meat is like putting AI onto blockchain. And we create AI NFTs. So what we can do with AI NFTs is the billions we've put in to all the static images, which are silent, we can bring them to life and give them a real voice.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
So, here a live example.
Welcome at the Creativity4Better.
Computer-generated voice into an existing NFT, and we can have it speak. So go back to what we can do with AI and create digital DNA, bring it to blockchain. We can do a lot, all together. We can create unique voices. We can create business voices. So every business can create its own voice, and maybe even involving community, customers, creating this computer-generated voice. All by bringing AI onto blockchain. And Time reported earlier this year, blockchain could solve the issue of digital identity. it could be a huge step forward to creating a more safe environment, bringing humans as AI NFTs. Of course, then you have the AI, you have the blockchain, but if someone else wants to use my DNA, breaks into my house, wants to use it, you always need to have a mechanism, a proof of human, with a smile, with a blink, with a head movement, or with my fingerprint. There are great examples we can use to always prove I am behind my digital DNA. We believe behind every AI decision should be a human decision. So we're onto this movement, bringing AI to blockchain. I want to show you a short video about what we're doing for this.
We dream, us humans. We dream our dreams of things we haven't seen and places we haven't been to. We dream of her and him and them, of this and that and everything. But what if we can dream of something that can dream along with us? Of things we haven't seen and places we haven't been to. Of her and him and them. Of this and that and everything. AI impossible, they say. Not when AI meets blockchain. A dream machine that learns, creates, and dreams. We're introducing the first AI launchpad with a mission. To scale human potential by merging AI and blockchain and accelerate the AI impossible. Scale your AI, or be part of one, and help it learn to dream on scale.humans.ai.
So back to the metaverse. We have the ideas. I'm not saying it's the solution, but we have the ideas to create a more reality, better reality in this metaverse. That looks a bit more similar than having just a gaming platform. If we want to create something for our future generations, let's think about what we create. What kind of world should they be living in, and not what we are creating so far, looking back. Second thing, bringing reality next to safety. Most important, maybe most important. Because the third one is what I think we should all be aware of. Like I said, we are creating everything for our future generations. What we do is applicable for future generations. So, who is responsible? Who is responsible? Is it the big tech? Is it the governments? And I believe, looking back, governments are always a few steps behind because technology will always run ahead. So if we come up with an AI Act, which is now a proposal out there, we're already too late. I believe, and I would like to stress, the responsibility is with all of us. All of us in the room here. All of us out there using it, users. People that could have an influence on creating this parallel digital world. It's the tech companies, it's also the governments. Yes, regulation is essential, but it should be all of us thinking, why are we creating this world? For whom? Is it to earn money? Or is it to create maybe a better place? For medical care, better solutions we can create the metaverse with. So think about what we're doing. And only by then, combining these three elements, we believe that metaverse could become future-proof. But there's so much more to it than this. And again, I want to stress, and I really see a lot of potential in the metaverse. Like I said, the medical world could use it. The gaming, really cool. There's a lot of brands having great examples of creating these immersive experiences where you can smell, even in future, a product or wear it. But please, think, go home, and I hope you're a bit more confused than when you started this speech. What was this about? The only thing I want to achieve here is think about what we're doing together, how we can use the technology we create to create a better environment, and do it together. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the day.